The first time I saw him, I was a mess. Tear-streaked cheeks, trembling hands, the weight of the world pressing down on my chest. He was my therapist, the one person who was supposed to help me put the pieces back together. His office was warm, dimly lit, the scent of sandalwood lingering in the air. He listened like no one else ever had, his voice a steady anchor in the storm of my mind. Weeks turned into months, and somewhere between unpacking my trauma and his gentle reassurances, the lines blurred. A lingering touch here, a glance held too long there. Then, one evening after a session, he kissed me in the parking lot, his lips soft against mine, his hands cradling my face like I was something precious. "We have to be careful," he whispered, but careful was the last thing we were. We met in secret, hotel rooms, his car, the rare weekend getaway under the guise of professional retreats. He told me he'd never felt this way about a client before, that I was different, special. I believed him. I wanted to believe him. Love, or whatever this was, made it easy to ignore the nagging voice in my head asking, why? If this was real, we had to hide. He never wore a ring, never mentioned a wife. When I asked once, early on, he brushed it off with a laugh. "I'm not the marrying kind," he said. "I didn't push. Maybe I didn't want to know." Then came the wedding. My college roommate, Jess, was getting married, and she'd begged me to come. "Bring someone, anyone. Just don't be the only single one in the photos," she said. I almost didn't invite him. It felt too public, too real, but he insisted. "I want to be there for you," he said, fingers tracing my jaw. "No one will know. We will meet there casually." So I said yes, and there he was, standing by the welcome table, adjusting his tie like he belonged there. For a heartbeat, I let myself believe he did, that this was us, stepping into the light, no more hiding. Then she appeared, lavender dress, a warm and unguarded smile, her arm slipping through his like it had done it 1,000 times before. She kissed his cheek, murmured something that made him laugh, and my stomach dropped. He saw me then. His smile did not waver. The woman turned, polite curiosity in her eyes. "This is Sophia," he started. "Jay Carmen," I blurted, the first lie that came to mind. "A colleague from the clinic." "Right, Sophia, this is my wife, Elena," he said. "Wife?" The word was a slap. Elena extended her hand, her grip firm, her wedding band glinting. "Nice to meet you. He never mentions work friends." I forced a laugh. "Well, I'm forgettable like that." The dig was petty, but his slight flinch was worth it. I bid them have a lovely evening and went looking for the bride. My legs were numb. Behind me, I heard Elena ask, "How do you know the bride again?" "Through Sophia," he lied smoothly. I lasted through the vows. I smiled in the photos, drank champagne until the room spun. I couldn't breathe. "What is he playing at?" I kept asking out loud in disbelief. All the whispered promises, the late-night texts, the way he'd sworn he was mine. None of it had been real. The cruelty of them being here together. I stumbled outside, my heels sinking into the grass as I choked back sobs. He followed me, his face pale. "It's not what you think," he said. But what else could it be? The truth was a knife twisting deeper with every word. They'd been married for years. She knew nothing about me. I was just another secret in a life full of them. The worst part, I still loved him. Or maybe I just loved the lie. I left before the cake was cut. Texted Jess I had food poisoning. Cried in the back of a rideshare, scrubbing the scent of sandalwood from my wrists. Jess knew something was wrong. She called for weeks, but I couldn't tell her. How would I even start? For months after, I drowned in the aftermath, crying myself to sleep, deleting his number only to unblock him in moments of weakness, replaying every session where he'd studied me not as a patient, but as prey. The guilt ate at me, not just for falling for it, but for the other women I later learned existed. I wasn't special. I was a pattern. Therapy was supposed to heal me, but he left me more broken than before. And his wife? She never got the truth. Some days I still wonder if I should tell her. But what good would it do? Some wounds don't heal. They just scar over, a permanent reminder of the betrayal that changed everything. So I ask you, what would you have done? Would you have walked away the second you saw her? Would you have told her the truth, even if it meant destroying her world too? Or would you have stayed silent, like I did, carrying the weight of his lies alone?